Hello guys, welcome back to Tip Top English House. My name is Precious. I am your Tip Top English tutor, your lovely Tip Top English tutor. So, on today's episode, I won't be giving out any English lesson, but I'll be giving out information about being an ESL teacher in South Korea in the year 2023. Okay, so the first thing you need to be from the seven countries that are said to be English native speakers, and South Africa is one of those countries. What a blessing! So, yes, you need to be from South Africa, Ireland, United States of America. I forgot the others, but then I know that South Africa is one of the countries, and it's such a blessing. And you need to have a bachelor's degree, and you can also have a TEFL certificate. That means a certificate that allows you to teach English as a foreign language or English as a second language. But then in South Korea, it's not a must to have um, the TEFL certificate or TESOL certificate, as long as you have a bachelor's degree and you are from the seven native English speaking countries, right? So, in South Korea, there are two types of ways that you can become an ESL teacher. The first one is EPIC and the second one is Hagwon. So I'm going to be explaining the Hagwon way because that's the only one that I know. And the difference is that from what I've heard is that with EPIC it's more of teaching in public schools and Hagwon is teaching private schools in South Korea. So I have mentioned that you need to be from South Africa or from the countries that I've mentioned. And secondly, you need to have a bachelor's degree and a TEFL certificate if you want to do it, just to know how to teach and yeah, how to become a teacher if you're not a teacher, if you don't have a bachelor's degree in teaching at all. So, and another thing that you need a police clearance certificate. So they don't want to hire people who have criminal records in South Korea. So you can get your police clearance certificate at your local police station, and it cost 160 in 2023. And the duration is just too long for my liking because you okay, on the internet or when you go to apply, they'll tell you that you're gonna get your PCC, your police clearance certificate, within 2 to 3 weeks, but then you end up waiting for 4 to 8 weeks. So if you want to apply for your PCC, just put aside 8 weeks. If you get it before 8 weeks, then you're lucky. And the second thing that you need is a passport, a South African passport. And in 2023, a South African passport cost 600. And from what I know, you get your passport from your local home affairs, or you can go to the bank, selected banks. I'm not sure about that process. I only know of home affairs. You can book an appointment online so that you don't wait the whole day on the queue at home affairs. And the third thing that you need is you need to verify your qualification with SAQA, South African Qualification Authority. So with SAQA, you take a copy of your degree, your bachelor's degree, and your ID, a copy of your ID or a scan of your ID, so that they can verify if your qualification is legit, if you didn't buy it or steal it or anything. If it's legit, so they're gonna verify it for you. So you have to pay 640, if I'm not making a mistake. In 2023 is 640. And the duration, guys, it can be confirmed with SAQA. You have to, unfortunately, you have to be calling them almost every day from the day you submit your documents through the email. I'll attach the email address in the description box. But you have to call them almost every day. Basically, harass them, call the CEO, whomever, because if you don't do that, you won't get your degree verified. You're gonna wait for a long time. I know people who have been waiting for close to 2 months now, and that process is supposed to take, on the internet they wrote that it's 21 days, but then you'll end up waiting for 62 days or so if you don't do follow-ups, if you don't call them, those kind of things. Right, moving on. After getting your police clearance certificate and getting your bachelor's degree verified, guys, sorry to be using bachelor's degree, but also advanced diplomas and BTECs, I think they allow them, so, or honors, whatever. So after verifying your qualification with SAQA and getting your police clearance certificate, you need to take your documents to Department of International Relations and Cooperation. It's a free service, um, since it's government. So what you do at DECO, in short, you take your qualification and your PCC there, and then there's a form, a cover letter that you feel that you want to go to South Korea. So if you're going to a different country, I guess you write that you're going to Thailand, Vietnam, or whichever country that you're going for. So the duration is so good. So far, I think they take 2 weeks or less. They've been doing so well. But then another thing with DECO, you can't take your documents there by yourself, but then you can collect by yourself. So for you to submit, you're going to need an agent, but then you can also use Postnet. I don't know how much they charge at Postnet, but then you can use Postnet, ask them to submit for you. They will do that. You can either go collect by yourself or ask Postnet to collect for you again. So once you have your documents verified, once you have everything that you need, so you're gonna load shedding. So you're gonna start applying for jobs online. You're going to start working with recruiters. There's a list of recruiters in South Korea. Some of them, they are good professionals, some of them they're just not helpful. But then yes, you're gonna have to work with these people, recruiters, different recruiters, and just see which one is gonna get you an interview. So you are going to do an interview. After doing an interview, then you choose which contract. Like, my advice is that don't settle for one interview. Do as many interviews as you can, get as many contracts as you can, and compare. And guys, you need to read your contracts, because if you don't read, you'll answer for yourself, because these people are running a business. At the end of the day, they want to benefit more than anything. So you also have to be smart and look out for yourself. right? And on that, before the interview, you have to shoot an introduction video. So on the introduction video, I'll show you my introduction video, but not on this episode. You have to be presentable, you have to speak well, you have to do your hair nicely, tell them about yourself, the kind of person that you are, how you'll be teaching the kids in South Korea, and why you chose to teach in South Korea instead of other countries, like those kind of things in the introduction video. Then after you're done with your introduction video, you're gonna move to the interview stage. You do as many interviews as possible as you can get out there, compare contracts and everything until you find the one that you are okay with, ne? And then after that, the school that you signed a contract with will ask you to mail your physical documents, the apostilled documents, your PCC, and your degree, right? And they might also ask for passport pictures and a form, a visa application form. They'll send it to you, then you fill out that form and you send it with the documents and the signed contract. You have to print out the contract that they give to you and sign it and mail it with the other documents. So you have to mail them physically. So you're gonna go to Postnet, and at Postnet they have DHL services. They'll help you with that, the services, because apparently DHL is the only one that you can use to mail your documents to South Korea. Is the reliable one. They say it's more reliable than other mailing services. So your documents will get to South Korea in 3 business days. It's that fast. Then what they are going to do in South Korea, your school is going to apply for a work visa for you. So when you're in South Africa, you're going to wait for a VI number. I don't know what it's called in full, but then it's a number that you're going to need when you apply for a visa at the embassy. So if there's something wrong with the information that you gave them, the South Korean immigration offices are going to reject your visa application, and there's nothing that the school can do unless if you can fix your information or something. Yes. So when you have your VA number, you have to go to a doctor to do an X-ray. So the prices differ. At the X-ray, they are selected hospitals where you can do the X-ray. So you have to look at the list. I don't know how I'm gonna attach the list of hospitals because it's not every hospital. So you have to go to a radiologist to do the TB X-ray, the TB scan. Then after that, take that scan to a GP, and then the GP will interpret whatever that is written on the scan. They have to write, sorry, that you are in good health, you are okay, you're not sick, you do not have TB. So if maybe you once had TB in the past, you have to do a sputum test. I don't know what they check. Maybe they check if you don't have it anymore, it's not active, those kind of things. And then there's a health form that you have to feel as well, that you do not have any chronic diseases, you do not have any mental health issues, if you've ever had any, like those kind of things. They just need to know you, and they need you to be transparent and as honest as possible. So after you're done with everything, when you have your visa, then you just need to book a flight. And most schools, most hagwons in South Korea, if you book the flight with your money, they are going to reimburse it to you. That means they are going to pay you back the money that you used to book a flight. And another good thing is that you have accommodation sorted. It's free. It's gonna be paid by the school where you'll be teaching, so you don't have to worry about accommodation and those kind of things. So, and another thing is that at the end of your contract, you're gonna get a severance pay. In South Africa, most of the time we call it a bonus. That means at the end of your contract, you're gonna get extra money that is equal to your monthly salary. And another additional information is that your school is gonna pay 50% of your medical insurance, and you're gonna pay the other 50%. So guys, I hope this information was enough and it's gonna be helpful. I'm sorry for the lights went out, so now I'm only relying on my ring light. We are in South Africa. We all know our struggles. So yes, guys, if you want questions, if you have sorry, if you have questions, please write them in the comments or send me an email. Then I'll be able to help you. I'll attach most of the information in the description box below. Thank you for tuning in on Tip Top English. Bye.